Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokemon Black. We are in Black City. We are in our post-league era. We are going to be traveling around and working on the Pokedex and a whole lot of other stuff. We're just going to jump right into it today and immediately battle. Hello. How's it going? So, I feel a whole lot better today than I felt yesterday. There's some residual fatigue going on in my brain, but it's not a severe case. I woke up feeling super fucking rested today. So, I think we may, after, let's see how, it's been 5 years, 4 to 5 years that I've been misusing my CPAP machine. I think I may have finally figured out the settings that work for me. So we'll see how it goes over the course of the week. I'll make minor little tweaks here and there, but you saw how I was crashing out in the last episode. It was bad. So we'll see how things go. Yeah, one of the bigger things that I touched on, aside from that, yesterday, was we were talking about sorry, I had a brain fart. We're talking about success of streamers, and I was joking about me being like a failed streamer. Jokes aside, I am technically a failed streamer in the sense that I didn't follow the same path as people who typically try to do the streaming thing. You know, people get on Twitch and they utilize all the bells and whistles, and it's like a gacha game, or like being in a casino. You got things buzzing and going off left and right, and it's a dopamine hit for people watching the stream, you know? I definitely opted out of going that route from the very get-go. I knew that was something that would probably, I personally would find annoying, and I would hope that people who would watch me also, you know, would be like-minded and find it annoying. But, I mean, my mental health will definitely improve, and thus the streams will improve if I can actually get rest and actually get some decent sleep. So, today's Monday. We've got a whole week of streaming ahead of us. We'll see what shakes out. For now, we're just going to keep battling. I think we have to battle all the random NPCs standing around Black City. And then we talk to that one guy, and I think we get something for it. And don't forget, Pokemon Black 2 has its own built-in achievement system that Pokemon Black does not have. They introduced medals, which, if anybody knows me, you know I'm not a huge fan of achievement systems. At least the earlier iterations. While I'm still not a big fan, I thought the medals were kind of fun. And helped me, you know, kind of help guide me on what I should do, like post-league. Kind of introduced me to concepts that I wouldn't have thought about. But Pokemon Black doesn't have that, so we're kind of just going to be winging it, and we're going to explore the right half of the map. Because like I said before, if you guys are aware of how Pokemon Black works, you start at the bottom of the world map, and then you go up, and then you go to the left, and you go around in a sort of a semicircle, and then you go up again. You don't go the whole full circle around Unova. So now that we've beaten the Pokemon League, we can complete the circle and go all the way around Unova. And that's what we're going to do. In the first half of the game, they want you to use just Unovan Pokemon. But when you get on the other side of the map post-league, you'll start to notice Pokemon from previous generations showing up in the wild. So, but, you know, like I was touching on yesterday, I think I'm going to put 90% of the fault on myself. I've been doing this streaming thing now for 8-ish years. And in the last handful of years, I've just been coming on stream and more or less just kind of reacting to what's happening on screen and not so much talking and telling stories and laughing and having a good time. So, because I always come on here so fucking tired and fatigued and such a zombie, I think that's kind of turned people off over time from watching the streams. And that's something that I definitely hope to put a stop to going forward. We've only defeated 3 out of 10. Well, I guess this is an endeavor that'll carry over for multiple days, because there's not 10 people in Black City. Okay. Well, we've seen all that Black City has to offer, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I want to say this is the Jigglypuff area. My brain remembers encountering nothing but Jigglypuff in this grass. That may have been black too, I don't remember. Reshiram. Yep, there it is. There's the Jigglypuff. I was right. Okay. I think that's about all we're going to find in this area. I didn't intend to train Reshiram. I should have put it in the PC box. Garbodor is our lowest level. We'll put it up first. Do I understand why Pokemon and trainers are together? Because the game needs to happen? Oh, you got me with swagger. She got me, brother. Hey! Everybody use Sludge Bomb to spite it. So yeah, oh, I spit everywhere. So I'm still a little drowsy, but it's nowhere near like as severe as yesterday. I also cracked open a monster. I'm also doing something this week, not advisable. I don't advise other people to do this, but I'm going to see how far I can go fasting. I used to fast all the time, and I lost a considerable amount of weight when I used to do a lot of fasting. And my fat ass has not been able to fast for years. I keep wanting to. I keep talking about it. I just keep not doing it. So this week, I'm doing it. Espion. Please let me have a full restore. Yay! Oh, I have a bunch left over from the Pokemon League. Yo, when I first started grinding off screen for the Pokemon League, they wiped out my money. I got down to $0.00. You son of a bitch. But as I kept grinding, it's got to the point after many blackouts and returning to the Pokemon Center, it got to the point where I was starting to beat 2 or 3 of them at a time. And I started losing less money than I was gaining. So I was able to build my money back up, able to actually buy items. It was a tedious yet fruitful process. Jesus, these psychic Pokemon just don't know when to quit. I really don't like psychic Pokemon. They're a little too OP if you ask me. Alright, Embor. Level 68 also doesn't help. I mean... But yeah, it's been a hell of a journey. My only real regret in all of it is talking about it as much as I did on the channel. I probably shouldn't talk about it, because hell, I tried everything. You know, I thought that maybe it was my medication. So, you know, in late 2023, I was like, you know what? I feel like my antidepressants are too high of a dose. I feel that they're keeping me a zombie. Nobody corrected me. Nobody in my life said anything. Nobody's ever said, hey, you act different, or hey, you're not acting like... No. I had 0 people in my life show any concern whatsoever. I was just kind of left in the wind to figure all this out for myself. And of course, I live in the United States, one of the worst fucking countries on the planet, but one of the worst healthcare systems on the planet. So I've not had access to proper doctors and stuff. So I kept playing around with my medicine, which is a huge no-no. And just trying to track down why I kept feeling so fatigued all the time. The last 4 to 5 years have really been rough, and I hate every minute of them. I'm hoping that I can slowly improve and get better and actually kind of create a little life for myself, but up until this point, it's kind of been a nightmare. And you know, when I look back years from now and I look back at the Let's Plays that I did during this era, they're probably not going to hold up super well, which there's not really much I can do about that now. You know, all I can really do is just soldier on. But I don't know why these Pokemon are so fucking strong. We're about to lose. I have always been confused about the scaling in Pokemon games. We fought every trainer we could possibly fight from the very beginning of the game to the Pokemon League. And then every time I get to the Pokemon League, I'm woefully underleveled. And my friends are always like, you just need to grind more, you need to grind more. Grind fucking who? We fought all the trainers. It makes me mad when people say stupid shit. And then, of course, you know, once we beat the Pokemon League here, I'm still underleveled for all the trainers now that we're gonna fight? What the hell? Your favorite was Reuniclus? Yeah, Reuniclus is pretty cool. I was just talking the other day about this, but I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're going to see black and white remakes. I think that they have a new strategy going forward with Pokemon. I think what they're going to do is, like Gen 10 is up next. Pokemon Violet and Scarlet were Gen 9. So I think what we're going to see going forward is the new generation drops. Then we see a Legends game. Then a new generation, then a Legends game, then a new generation, then a Legends game, and that'll go on for a little while until that marketing strategy no longer works. Because if they do it that way, they can have multiple teams working and multiple games in development at the same time without it affecting the quality. Because there's been a huge drop in quality over the years for Pokemon. And if they want to maintain sales and continue for it to be a success, they're going to have to do something different. That's not just my opinion. Like, that's pretty much fact at this point. So, one of the other things you'll notice about my YouTube channel is that there is an inordinate amount of Pokemon playthroughs. And again, a lot of that boils down to my failing health. It's really easy to sit here and put in minimal effort to do a Pokemon playthrough because, as people affectionately refer to it as a mashing game or a button simulator. Pokemon is not highly cerebral either. Just sit down and throw the minimal amount of attention at it, and you've got yourself a playthrough. As to where sitting down and playing an actual game requires you to be on. You have to be talking, you have to be immersed, you have to have actual reactions. So, you know, with my sleep apnea issues and all my other health issues for the past few years, it's been really easy for me to just sit here every day and throw Pokemon at you the way that I have. And again, that's going to need to change going forward. I actually recently started posting all my pictures to the community tab on my YouTube channel. People didn't like that. They didn't like that whatsoever. I lost 7 subscribers in the past week. 7 people unsubscribed to the channel. You can't win for losing. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've never pulled punches about my situation, you know. I've never been anything less than forthcoming and honest about my health or anything else. I've never had the best mental health over the course of my life, but it's been particularly difficult in the last decade. You know, couple terrible mental health with failing physical health. It's some days I just can't. Some days it takes 110% effort on my part to exist and do the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Couple that with morbid obesity, terrible uncontrolled sleep apnea. Damn. How was that super effective against Lapras? I'll admit I'm a little confused, but I'll take it. Lapras is hey, no, it wasn't Lapras. It was Espeon that sent us back to the Pokemon Center. That's right. We'll throw everything we can at this Espeon. We gotta get it. We gotta knock it out. Well, I tell you what's really important, you know, when it comes to humans. Humans are social creatures. And no matter who you are, no matter how much of a lone wolf you think you are, no matter how strong you think you are, ultimately without the most rudimentary support from at least 2 or more people, you're not going to survive for long. And that's one of the big things that happened to me was most of my life, I've never had much of any support system in place. You know, I've had you. I've had Tyler, but not many others. So it's been rough weathering most of these storms by myself, decade in and decade out. It's definitely worn me down, and it's definitely it's probably taken years off my life at this point, I'm quite sure. But going forward, one of the things I want to do is try to squeeze what little bit out of what's left. Proper sleep helps. When you don't wake up a zombie every day, you feel a little more motivated to actually do something with your day. But holy shit. Behemoth? I don't know how to pronounce this thing's name. We need to catch it, though. Poisoned. What do you think? Oh, it knows recover. Well, that might help a little bit. The damn CPAP machine does make me winded, though. I feel very winded today. A crit catch would be really lovely right about now. Gotcha. It can manipulate an opponent's memory. Apparently, it communicates by flashing its 3 different colored fingers. What other Pokemon can we find? We have our fishing rod now, too. Oh, crap. Tropius. Of course, you know that we ported forward every Pokemon from previous playthroughs, so we're only looking for Unovan Pokemon. We don't need anything from past generations. But you know what I do want to do? What do you mean, not even a nibble? Golding. Well, I guess we are coming up on 420, aren't we? That is this week, isn't it? Let's see, 420. No, well, it's Sunday. So a week from yesterday. Ugh. Holding again? I don't want Golding to appear. Altaria, holy crap. As far as my meds, such a slow change that became the new norm. Yeah, that sucks too. Like, it, you know, it would really take an outsider who like would maybe go months without talking to me to really notice any major changes. Yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, for all the ups and downs, I'm still sitting here. I'm still doing the stream. I'm still doing the show. Honestly, doing YouTube is the one constant in my life through all of the ups and downs and thick and thin of it all. This was the best decision I've made in many, many, many years. So measuring my success as far as subscriber count, monetization, posts on social media like thumbs up and stuff like that, that might be the metrics that other people are using, but it's not the metric that I'm going to focus on today. The metric I'm going to focus on today is that this damn hobby of mine kept me sane, kept me alive. It kept me rooted in reality. Because I'll be honest with you, I already don't have the super firmest grasp of reality. I'm one of those people that tends to think everything's a conspiracy, and it took years of training myself to get out of that. By nature, I'm extremely gullible and believing. I believe anything you tell me. I don't have a lie detector in my brain. And it took years and years and years of focused learning to try and stop myself from getting got by everybody. But, yeah. My measure of success is the fact that I'm still sitting here in this chair talking to you right now. That's the success that we've seen with this channel, because there's been many times where without it, you get what I'm saying. So, there's that. Like, we are really struggling to fight these trainers today. Okay. It's part of the process. And you know, they say every generation kind of scoffs at the one that comes after it. oh, your generation's too soft, you know, everything with your generation is about mental health and yada, yada, yada. Back in my day, we had lead paint and metal toys that would give you tetanus, and our parents drank themselves stupid and beat us at the end of the day. Yeah, boomers didn't have it great. We get that. Gen X is like, our parents we were the latchkey generation. Our parents gave us keys, said be home when when the street lights come on, and until then, stay the fuck out of my eyesight during the day. You didn't really have it that well either. But each generation needs to kind of... You need to be self-aware that generational differences are a thing in society. You really can't hold the standards of, say, the boomers to like Gen Z. They're not going to hold up. You're two completely different species at that point. So when I say something as a millennial like, oh, the cards were kind of stacked against us, a lot of people would disagree and say, oh, you got it too well. You're a really spoiled generation. You just don't know how to work anymore. You don't know how to blah, 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 blah. You really need to measure all of that from the inside. You know what I mean? Because like, as a millennial, I have no firsthand experience of what growing up as a boomer was like. Our parents can tell us, but we don't have firsthand experience. So any judgments on our part would be observational at best. You know what I mean? It's about perspective. You know, it would have really helped if I had raised a bird Pokemon. That would have been, I just didn't have room on my team. Every generation of Pokemon, I always raise a bird. This time, I said screw it. I wanted to raise different kinds. There is a string, like a single hair that keeps sticking out of my eyebrow and getting into my field of vision. It's driving me crazy. Getting back to what I was talking about, I do hope that with improved sleeping habits, I hope that if I'm not waking up so, you know, zombified every day, I'm hoping that my willpower will go up a little bit. And then I'm hoping that when my willpower goes up, my ability to control my eating habits will become a better situation for myself. And then I can lose some weight, which will, again, it'll help my overall situation. So basically what I'm saying is, for years now I've been trapped in a vicious cycle, and I think that the only way to break out of that cycle is to do what I'm doing now. If I can just get a few nights decent sleep, that's just enough chink in the armor that I can just keep slashing away at it from there. So it's a small glimmer of hope. It's light at the end of the tunnel, and I have to take it. I have to be optimistic about it, because it's all I got left. It's all I have left. Like, it's the only hope that I have left. Everything else in reality has failed me so fantastically. You know what I mean? I need to enter a new era for myself. And I think it's going to happen. I feel it coming. I feel it in my bones. But feelings and reality are often never on the same page. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. In my experiences in life, usually for every one good thing that happens, 2 or 3 bad things happen. And that's kind of taught me to be cynical and untrusting of reality. You know what I mean? It sucks. Jesus Christ, these trainers are so OP. Let me refresh chat. Barboach. What's up, little Barboach? Oh, damn. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, it knows earthquake. Hang on, I gotta send a message. I don't know if Tyler's still listening. I gotta remind him of that. He's been hitting me with that Prime. He gets everybody who's on Amazon Prime gets a free sub every month. He doesn't ever use his, so it just goes to waste. So I've been getting him to use it on my account. That way we can save up and get paid out. Oh no! Shit! Fisher hit! Oh. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you stank bitch. Oh, how often do we ever see Fisher? I can't stay mad at that happy dumb face. Look at his face. Wish Cash has got the best dopey face. You know what? You're getting a surf. Probably isn't going to do much. It did more than I thought it was going to do. Oh, hyper voice. What does hyper voice do? I want to say it's oh, okay, no. I was thinking of a different move. We're gonna get rid of Sludge Bomb as much as I don't want to. Let's see if we can make hyper voice work. Or fish. It spoke! Holy crap, it spoke. That was scary. I heard a human voice in there. I don't like that. Carvana, you look so small. Creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. We don't have waterfall yet, do we? Because there's a lot of areas, especially on this route, where we can explore by using waterfall. Waste of time. I'll fight you. See, we got hardly any experience for that. It was a waste of time. Let's see. Jigglypuff. Oh. Mandela Town. This music is great. Let's take it in. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the audio was way too quiet in the last episode. It's my bad. Hopefully it's improved in today's episode. I remember from my initial playthrough of this game back in the day, Undella Town is one of those towns we came back to repeatedly. So, kind of served as a hub for the post-league stuff. So, yeah, they had to make it to, they had to add a few over the years there were Pokemon that evolved based on gimmicks and they had to retroactively change them and all, you know, offer alternate means. Like Phoebus and the Melodic, it required high beauty. And some games didn't have the beauty and the contests and the stuff in them. So it was like, how do you evolve Phoebus at that point then? So they added I think it's the Prism Scale that allows you, it's a hold item and you give it, trade, and then boom. Ow. God, it's hard to pluck by hand. Oh. Yeah, I have really bushy eyebrows naturally. I have the unibrow going on and I have to constantly pluck the unibrow and I'm constantly having to like shave and touch up my eyebrows. If I don't, they'll just take over my whole face. Oh. But yeah, they did that for a few other Pokemon too, you know. They had to alter how some of them evolve. What's this? I didn't think we'd run into Cynthia in a place like this. I mean, obviously I played this game before and I knew, but I had forgotten. Oh, Lord. He is going to destroy me. I am not ready for this. The Sinnoh champion wants to battle. Oh, she has a full team of 6 as well. Level 75! Are you kidding me? Mother of God. Yeah, we're not winning this. We did no damage. pretty sure she'll have full restores. Every trainer does for some reason. Every trainer of note. Gym leaders, Elite Fours, people like her. Doing no damage. She's just constantly... I can't afford to keep burning points. Maybe we could at least beat one of her Pokemon. Nope, there it is. There's the fuck you I was waiting for. Cool. You should just end it. Paralyzed. Ah, I'm now burned. Took down one. That'll probably be it. A lot. That melodic will be what stops us. Now, I could probably outmaneuver her with items, but what would be the point? I was kind of hoping she'd keep using Hydro Pump and it would miss. Of course, when it comes to the computer player, none of their attacks are going to miss. If I were sitting here using Hydro Pump and Blizzard, miss, miss, miss. Cheaters. When do I get the TM for Earthquake? When do I get Earthquake? Okay, well that was bullshit annoying. If I had known she was so high level, I wouldn't have bothered. Oh, empty house. Why are these villas empty? Belongs to the riches. Do I look bored? Battle this guy. I'm not bored, I'm just, you know, the drowsiness. Let's go full swinging. Son of a bitch. You see what I'm saying though? Let the computer player use moves. Hit, 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 hit. Let me use something. Miss, 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 miss. Do better, Game Freak. Fucking do better. Damn, that is a fancy ass building. This is my dad's villa, and I can use it freely. I came here surprisingly there's nothing to do, so now I'm bored. As you may know, my dad is totally obsessed with items at the ruins. Hey, you're bored, aren't you? Come here tomorrow, too. I don't mind having a battle with you. Oh, so it's like a daily battle situation. I'll tell you what, we'll explore your giant, rich-ass mansion, but first I need to heal. That RNG bullshit really ate me up during that fight. So let me just pop a save, pop a heal. Pop that bad boy right on in there. Oh. I tell you what would help my sleep too is if I'd stop staying up till 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning watching shows. You know, I've been getting back into the habit of trying to watch produced television. Good stuff, not trashy crap, but I rewatched all of Dexter because I think they're going to make some new stuff. There's the prequel series that's still going. I think they're going to end it after season 2. I don't think it was well received, but they're going to do like a spin-off. I watched the latest season of Invincible. I'm kind of getting bored with it. I kind of need it to start doing something other than what it's doing. I started a series called Silo, kind of like Fallout in a way, but I ran out of episodes. I have to wait till new ones come on. The Last of Us is back with season 2. I watched the first episode earlier. A little slow. It'll be a slow burn. I binge watched over the past week or so The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm caught up in real time as of tonight. I think 3 episodes of season 6 have been released. I watched the first one, so I need to go in and watch 2 and 3 to be completely caught up. I tried Attack on Titan for the 50th time, and I was so fucking bored. My goddamn mind. I can't with that show. I kind of get why people like it, but I also kind of don't. I don't know. Anime's too formulaic. I can't. I mean, hell, there's some shit, and then anime people will like come at me with razor blades and lemon juice because I attack their precious anime. Sorry, most anime is boring as fuck. And then they'll say, well, so is all the bullshit you watch. Yeah, that's why I curate what I watch, and I'm very careful about the shows that I watch. They need to see. Case in point, little son of a bitch right there in chat. So I'm very careful, and I curate the stuff that I watch to make sure that it's not boring, you know. And then of course there's the obvious. What's boring to one person's not going to be boring to another, yada yada. Fuck off, I get it. You know what I mean. Oh, there was an item up here. It can't really be all there is to Undella Town. I remember there being something else. I guess that's it. Wingo. Oh, damn. Antike. And, you know, I get bored easy. Something has to really catch my interest. You know, I really need to be in the mood for it, too. And I think that's why you and I have flipped the script on one another. Like, most of the time I find video games boring, so I prefer TV and movies, where Tyler is the opposite. He prefers games because he finds TV and movies boring. I think I would probably be just like him if it weren't for the fact that with TV and movies, if there's a slow moment, I can kind of just shut my brain off and wait until a better moment comes along. I can play on my phone or whatever. A video game, you can't do that. It's interactive. Most games you'll die or get hurt or whatever the fuck if you're not constantly pushing your character forward or stuff like that. So there is a fundamental difference just by the nature of the beast, you know. So when you're discussing the difference between games and then visual media, it's kind of not fair to compare and contrast the two. They're completely two different mediums, and I don't know. Socialite Marion. She's even dressed like Marion from Psycho too. Psycho also, not Psycho 2, the movie. T-O-O, not T-W-O. Look, cricket tot. And two, what you get from the two different mediums is also, you know, vastly different. With video games, you get a sense of accomplishment and whatnot out of it, as to where when you watch a show or a movie, you usually have a takeaway. So there's not a feeling of accomplishment so much as there is almost like you had a dialogue. You know, it's philosophical in nature. You've been entertained by a show, you know, as to where a game, it's completely different. It's hands-on. The experience is more personal. You put the work in yourself. I don't know how to explain it other than that. That's my best attempt to explain. Which I honestly think is why people don't understand why video game movies shouldn't be a thing, and movies, you know, games or shows and movies based on games most of the time just don't work. And games based on movies and TV usually don't work either. It's very rare that they do. Very, very rare that they do. Hollywood, not only do they not understand video games, the nature of their structure doesn't support video games, the storytelling behind video games. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more now that narrative games have become a thing. You know, I could see as to where it would be easy to take something like, I mean, hell, it's what they're doing now. They had the Fallout show, they have the Last of Us show, and they have all these other shows that they're taking from games and they're turning them into shows, and I guess that kind of works. I like them. I wouldn't say they're the best thing I've ever seen, but they've been somewhat enjoyable. But then I also think about that Mario Brothers movie from '93. I don't know what crack was being smoked, but Jesus, that thing was atrocious. Look at the animation for Grumble. Punchy. Like it. You're also a fairy type, which means that's not going to bode well for my poison type. Let's switch out. There we go. I knew that'd get you, Gat. Damn. It looks like we got a double battle up next. Oh shit, Drudagon. That's right, you're really behind. Let's level you up, son. No. You're not getting away from me, even though you're toddlers, and I don't know why you have Pokemon. Let's do Dragon Claw for you. You know what? I'm gonna pile on every bit. No, let's try this instead. I was gonna say let's just pick on one at a time. We might not need to. Yeah, we're fine. Like I hear people now in the back of my head. The reason those attacks miss so much is because and have such a low accuracy is because they have such a powerful attack. Get it. Shut up. It's still aggravating. I hate when attacks miss 8 times in a row. It's bullshit. I definitely notice a difference. I mean, I'm still a little drowsy, but it is fucking nothing compared to what it's been for a long time. It's an Absol. I remember one time years ago, somebody left a comment on my channel. They're like, "Oh, can you edit out the burps? I'm going along watching, and all of a sudden you burp. It interrupts the whole thing." I'm like, no, I won't. Humans burp. A lot of animals burp. People burp and fart and cough and hiccup and blow their nose and shit and piss. Bodies are gross. If I need to burp, I'm gonna burp. Sorry. I took one step. Grifflin. This would have been really good for finishing the national deck if we hadn't done it already through previous games. Oh, Aftermath. Damn, I forgot about that. Alright, we're getting hardly any XP, but we're also not finding any new Pokemon that we need. If that's gonna be how this works. Let me heal up. Oh shit. Well, hello. How's it going, Swallow, my fellow? Interesting choice. Have you considered, though, Dragonclaw? There we go. Now you're leveling up like a chump. I really want to use my rare candies, but I'm going to need them to finish the deck, so... What item do we have? Ooh, now we just find Earthquake like that. Let's see, let's take an old tour down TM Road. Let's see what we have that might be somewhat useful. We have Psychic now. Garbodor can learn Psychic? How? You know what? Toxic is redundant. We'll get rid of that. Strange. Shadow Ball's really good. Stoutland can learn Shadow Ball. Again. Weird. I want Earthquake. Lunatone. Oh, hello. Nice of you to drop in. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. So, going back to what we were talking about at the beginning of today's episode, I'll leave it up to you guys to kind of make up your own mind and decide. Have I found contentment? Have I kind of really been able to piece together my reality? Have I really been able to come to terms with my situation in life, my lot in life? Or am I in complete denial? Some people would say that I've kept this YouTube channel going and Twitch and everything for way longer than I should have. Some people, you know, would say, well, you set out to do what exactly? Did you set out to make money? Did you set out to be big? Did you set out just to do it for fun? Those are really the things you have to look at from the outset, and years later too, I guess. But again, my goals have always been a little different with this than the average person. But a lot of people look at Twitch or whatever and they get dollar signs in their eyes. I never did that. That's never been why I do any of this. Would it be nice? Yeah. Anything that helps make life easier, duh. But it's not why. It's not my primary reason for being here. So, you know, at the end of the day, I know how I feel. But I guess I'll leave it up to other people to interpret my channel how they want to interpret it, you know, for themselves, I guess. Am I in denial about it all? Or am I just content doing what I do? I mean, if you ask me, probably a little of column A and a little of column B. Something gonna pop out. Yep, there it is. You really need to heal. Golbat. Golbat. I think as long as I'm happy, that should like be enough. But a lot of you know, every now and then I will kind of, you know, lament. Is lament the word I'm looking for here? Kind of come on and mumble and grumble and complain about how I don't have viewers and subscribers and stuff. That's just going to happen. That's the nature of the beast. Like I said, it would be nice to have 3 or 4 people come to each stream and hang out and chat and build a little community, even if it's just 2 or 3 people. I've always wanted that. That's not going to change. But aside from that, like, again, I do maintain it. I am kind of content with doing this. There have been so many times over the years I just wanted to shut it all down, walk away, be done. But I've held on and I've hung in there, you know. I don't really see myself stopping anytime soon of my own free will. Let's try out Psychic. Let's bam. So Psychic didn't work out too well. Snubble. Ubble, 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 ubble. Oh, you Stoutland. Bum, bum, bum. Shroomish. I really need Drudagon not to be fainted. Little Shroomy. Ah, the memories of past adventures. Oh, shit. Good thing I have a ton of these. That sounds so vicious. Okay, can I go to a town now and heal, please? Thank you. What's the name of this place? Lacunosa, what? Lacunosa town? Look, I can't pronounce that. Is this that? This is the one town where when the sun goes down, they all run inside, right? Or am I mixing up some story elements from Black 2? Which I haven't mentioned this. I don't think I mentioned this, but after a lot of internal debate with myself, I decided to kind of do the corporate thing. People might or might not like this idea. I don't know. It guess kind of depends on you as a person. But after careful consideration, I have decided. Okay, I thought she was just going to say one sentence. I've been spamming A because I was in the middle of a fucking conversation. Hang on, let me see what she said. I'd like to hear an old story of Lacunosa town. Bear with me because I'm an old lady who likes telling tales the old-fashioned way. There's a great big hole at the back of this town. A long time ago, a huge meteor fell from the sky and made the big hole. A very scary monster was hiding inside the meteor. People say the monster appeared in the village at night, bringing a cold wind. And it stole away people and Pokémon. So the villagers built big walls to keep the monster out and made a rule that no one could go out after dark. Of course, nowadays nobody believes in such things. But you know, even now the people of this town stay inside after dark. Isn't that strange? I guess old stories and old traditions have some influence on our current life. I think that does play in later, but I don't remember how. Okay, as I was saying, I guess some people would say paywall. I paywalled, but I've decided to put the Pokemon Black playthrough, or Black 2 playthrough, behind the Patreon wall. I've struggled with Patreon for a while, but again, I wanted Patreon. It's not even really about the money. At the end of the day, I couldn't be fucked to care about money because it makes like, what, $2 or $3 a month? It's nothing. I mean, what is $3 now, especially with inflation in this economy? 100 or 200 years ago? Yeah. Nowadays, you might as well be just pennies. But my goal ultimately with Patreon more than anything was to kind of build a community inside of my community. Not that I really have a community, so to speak of. Like, I get it. You know, my content is not uber funny or fascinating or whatever. It's it definitely takes a certain type of person to find me entertaining and want to be there for the content. But a handful of people in the Discord don't watch the streams. They don't watch the videos on YouTube. They're just kind of there in the Discord for fun, and that's fine too. Discord can be its own thing at the end of the day. It doesn't, you don't have to do everything, you know. And I think that's the mistake I made in creating 18 different platforms for me to be on. But in order to kind of push the Patreon, even if it's later down the road or years from now, where whenever my audience may come in, if they ever do come in, I'd like them to join the Patreon, and then it gives them a sense of like community inside of a community, sort of a VIP type thing. Because up until now, I've tried not to put any of the actual main playthroughs on my channel on the Patreon side of things. I've wanted all my playthroughs to be free on the channel. Wanted people to just have access to it all, you know, for free or whatever. But I do need to, every once in a while, I need to give an incentive for people to join the Patreon. And Black 2, while it does have its own self-contained story, it doesn't go too far off the beaten path of Pokemon Black and White. You're still traveling through Unova. You're still encountering the same Pokemon, more or less. And it'll give us a reason to do more Patreon streams and hang out as a group there. So we'll be doing Pokemon Black 2 just on the Patreon side of things. And then, you know, after Pokemon Black here, we'll dive headfirst into Pokemon X, which needs to happen before the end of the year, because I want to start Pokemon X and Y before Legend ZA comes out, because I want people to be familiar with Luminoy City and the Kalos region, and I just very much want to finish up X's main story at least. We don't need to finish up all of the post-league content, but I really want to finish up the story elements, if nothing else. The badges and the league I want to finish before the end of the year. So that means kind of wrapping up things with Pokemon Black. But the thing is, I don't want to make the mistake of past playthroughs and just rush through it so we can get to the next game. You know, this has already been a long drawn out playthrough. And of course, a lot of that's been because my physical health has been failing for such a long time. You know, but it's, I feel like improvements are coming. Hell, even today, we're already at an hour and a half, and I feel like I could just stay on 2 or more hours. Of course, all the practice I've been getting in with lately with Tyler doing the Minecraft streams has been helping. It's helping me to feel less anxious. Because a lot of times, I'll be honest with you guys, it's not 100% just me being fatigued and tired. A lot of times after I've been sitting here for an hour or two, the ADHD becomes too much, and I'm like, well, I want to get up and stir around. I want to go do something else. I want to go watch something or play something, or, you know, let me find something to clean. Let me find something to do. It's not just sitting here playing this game. So that's why my streams have always been roughly anywhere from an hour to 2 hours at best, because when you're sitting here doing this and you have ADHD or whatever, or even just in general, you know, unless you have an active audience blowing up chat and you having a back and forth, if you're just kind of sitting here talking into thin air like I'm doing now, you really only got about an hour or so in you before you're like, I'm done with this for the day. So, in case anybody was ever wondering why my stuff is structured the way that it is as far as runtime is concerned, that would be why. And two, if I keep posting daily, like 5-hour streams every day for years on end, nobody, I don't care how obsessed you are, like you might just be totally stalker obsessed with me. Even then, you can't digest that much material. It's ungodly and inhuman. It would just be physically impossible. So, I'm not going to go there yet. I don't really want to end stream right just yet, but I also don't want to go 2 or 3 more hours. What I would like to do is play around just a little bit more, search for wild Pokemon, and maybe fight some more trainers before we call it a day. Maybe we'll reach the 2-hour mark, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going to happen with Pokemon Black 2. I did pick up some other games recently. I have Deer Simulator. I have Goat Simulator 3. There is no Goat Simulator 2. That's the joke. They went straight from just Goat Simulator 1 to 3. So we'll be putting those on the patron side of things. Of course, there's all the ROM hacks and things that we're going to be playing as well. So I used to do once a month, maybe 2 times a month at best. But since we've started a full-on Pokemon playthrough over there, and we have 2 unfinished Mario playthroughs over there, ROM hacks, of course, I think we might start doing weekly Patreon streams. See, I think we might start doing a little bit of a structured thing here. My thoughts is maybe Friday or the weekends. Maybe we stream Monday through Friday, our regular streams, and then maybe like over the weekend we do a patron stream. And then I take one of those days off to do nothing. Tyler says that typically when he streams with me, he prefers to do Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you're not still here in chat listening to me now, I will be asking you about that later this evening when we do talk, and seeing what you think about that schedule. Because I have, if we only do 1 or 2 patron streams a month, we'll be playing that game for years. It would take too long. So I really need to start doing more with that project anyway. Metapod. Why am I getting ridiculously easy to fight Pokemon all of a sudden? It's the pod that's meted. Some of these Pokemon just look weird with their moving sprites. We're so used to just seeing static images of them for so many years. But I hope you guys have noticed the difference today. I'm more alert. I'm less yawny. I'm less drowsy and droopy-headed. I'm more present. I've spoken more throughout today's entire stream. This is what it's like when I get decent sleep, like a normal person. So again, I'm hoping that things improve over time. I'm hoping the quality of my streams can improve over time. I am winded as shit today, but it may take time for my lungs to adjust to the new settings on the CPAP machine. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all shakes down. How are you holding up, Drew to God? 55%. You're practically caught up with your brothers and sisters on the team. It lost what? Oh yeah, it lost telegrams that it was trying to deliver. Artist, feeling, and logic. Beautiful battle is also feeling and logic. He never came back, so he must have got busy doing something else. One second. Ignore this message. I'm just writing it down and using you as a notepad. Had to write something down real quick. I could have just opened my drawer and pulled out paper and pen, but no. I want to make it somebody else's problem. Yet. You almost made it, buddy. Alright, Palpy. You'll always be Palpy-toed to me. Wait, no. We need revise. Eat surf, bitch. Shock 'em bop, shock 'em bop, shock 'em bop, shock 'em bop. Razor claw. The other one should be the telegram. Let's go find the other two. Poor Wingle. Oh crap, Soul Rock. That is something that I did consider when we were working on the Pokedex in each one of our previous Pokemon playthroughs. Is in the back of my mind I kept thinking, what if we just fill in the gaps as we go? Because by the time you got to Black and White and then X and Y, they really did start, you know, at that point they were just recycling Pokemon every generation. Because what can you do? You can't just keep making a new set of 150 every time. So they were making smaller sets of new Pokemon for each game, but including returning Pokemon. And it was probably the smarter way to do it. Because if you can't, it would be unsustainable if you just gave 150 every new game, every new generation. Unsustainable. But I made the decision that I made, and I'm fine with it. Nobody cares at the end of the day. We finished the Dex, and we finished it legitimately. That's all I care about. The Pokemon that we couldn't catch, we bred and made eggs out of to make them legit. Well, I'm happy. Alright, fuck it. Oh shit. Kill block. You know what? You become a pain in my side. Thorn in my side. Pain in the ass. Lynched and cut and move. Get him. Today I really tried my best to bring people into into the chat. I put on the max amount of hashtags hoping that it would really draw attention, but so far Tyler's the only person that's shown up. It's really tough to get new people, especially if you're not playing something new and popular. I mean, Pokemon's popular, but I don't know how popular it is on Twitch unless you're doing some bullshit gimmick or something, you know what I mean? I don't know. What do you mean couldn't get away? Beg your unbelievable pardon? You hooker? Guess I really am out of potions at this point, aren't I? You gonna have a bunch of stupid fish Pokemon that don't give me any XP. Yep. I guess it needs to be done. Cruel. You don't see quillfish too often. It fell on his head. Thank you, sir. Let me say the third one's right around here. Somewhere. I guess it couldn't hurt. Wahahaha. Damn, what are we gonna forget though? Well, we have that now. Oh, a Magnemizer. That's a damn good find. Risk it. Goldan, huh? My sense of time is also really screwy. It feels like last winter lasted 2 or 3 years. It doesn't feel like it was just what each month is, each season is what, 3 months, give or take? It doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's been a full year since I last saw greenery and sunlight. I aim to change that this year, and the first thing you have to do is sleep better and be more present and be more fit and able to do things. And I really want to see more daylight. I really want more fresh air. I don't want to feel like I just exist in the dark anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a night owl. I love being up at night. I love being up overnight. It's glorious. It sings to my soul. But being completely left out of the sun and not ever being awake during the day, it's a bit much. The older I get, the more I want to be awake during the day too, you know, the more I want to experience the blue skies and the sunlight. That's something that I didn't realize I missed until like a year or two ago. It kind of hit me like a brick wall. 20 years, give or take, of going to bed at 5 a.m. and sleeping most of the day and only having the summer evenings. It has caught up to me hard. Very hard. I didn't realize just how much I missed the blue sky. It's gotten so bad that like when I watch television, and they have a scene that's outdoors during the day, it feels fucking alien to me. Like, it's vivid. Colors, they pop. The greenery, the blue sky, just the white clouds, it seems fairy tale to me. It feels like something right out of a book or video game. It does not feel real. I've done a lot of psychological damage to myself over the years. And I don't know if my brain will ever be true again, you know? I've done a lot to myself that didn't help myself. Oh, we found the Magikarp guy. I think we'll take him out and call it an episode. Well, let's run back and give the Telegram paper thingies to Wingle, and then we'll save and wrap things up for the day. Not bad for a Monday, I should say. For the love of God. You can tell I'm spamming A. Wingle, buddy. I'm happy. I'm happy enough. I'm content. I don't know if I'd say I'm happy, but I'm content with today. I had a good stream. I discussed a lot. I got a lot off my chest. It was very cathartic. All right, thank you guys so much for letting me get all that off my chest today and hanging out with me. Especially since the last episodes are bleak and short, I was able to get more done today and say more. But I'm going to head on out. I encourage you guys, like I said, join the Discord, join on the Patreon side of things if you want to see the Pokemon Black 2 playthrough. Other than that, I welcome you to sit here and enjoy the playlist of Pokemon Black or the other 1,000 playlists I've got on the channel. Yeah, I got to get back on Majora's Mask. One of the things that sucks about my Majora's Mask playthrough, it's not that I hate the game or find it boring or any of that. It's just that, again, it requires a certain level of attentiveness and being awake for the fucking stream itself, and it requires work because I have to constantly follow a walkthrough because it's been over 20 years since I played it. I remember hardly nothing. So, I promise I haven't abandoned it. We'll get there, folks. We'll get there. But for now, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't work too hard. And yeah, see you, folks.